Thank you, Darren. Well, it's hello and welcome to SoccerAnchor, proudly brought to you by Dr. Ageless. I'm your host, Adrian Del Monte, and joining me tonight is the SoccerAnchor English expert who's looking very nervous tonight, of Will Sheen.
I'm not that nervous, boss.
And, of course, the stats man, the Italian maestro, Rick D'Andrea. Yeah, we're very well. Good to have you both in the studio, as always. Well, we have a very exciting half hour coming up here on 11:16 SEN as we bring you the very latest results and expert analysis from Euro 2012, as well as an in-depth look ahead to tonight's massive clash between England and Italy to determine which nation will join Spain, Germany and Portugal in the Final Four. We'll also bring you the very latest transfer news both in Europe and here in Australia as a Melbourne Victory star calls it quits. And finally, we will give you the first chance to purchase your tickets to a very special night, which will be run by the team here at SoccerAnchor, as some of the biggest names in the game will be joining us. So be sure to stay tuned for that coming up in our next segment. And of course, if you'd like to join us on the line at any stage, give us a call on 9429 1116 or text us 0433 98 11 16. Well, now it's time to introduce a man who personally I've admired for quite some time. Now, he will be calling the game exclusively live for SBS from the Ukraine later this evening, so we can look forward to that. He's a man who was voted the FA Premier League Commentator of the Decade, if you don't mind, Will. His name is Martin Tyler, and he joins us now live on the line from Kiev. How are you, Martin?
I'm good, thank you. It's a lovely day here. Obviously, we're in the middle of the day, and we're all looking forward to what I totally agree what I just heard in the studio. I thought the Italy-Spain game was a fantastic match, which I was lucky enough to commentate on in the group stage 3 weeks ago today. And if it's half as good tonight, I think we'll all be satisfied.
Now, how has the feeling in Kiev been in the lead-up to what arguably is the dream final? Everyone has thought that these two sides deserve to be where they are. How has the feeling been in the city itself?
I think everyone's excited. The locals obviously have really embraced the opportunity of hosting or co-hosting this tournament. A lot of work's gone on, both in terms of the infrastructure.
We felt was a little bit weaker and could have been exposed a little bit more than they were.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with Germany's performance. They scored 4, but they conceded 2 against a Greece side who...
You're a harsh taskmaster, Del.
I am, but that's why we're sitting here, Will, because that's what we're paid to do. Now, Greece have only scored 1 goal in their previous 8 games before this clash with Germany. They put 2 past Germany. Now, surely that's...
a shaky penalty.
Yeah, shaky.
That was the problem.
But hang on.
Otherwise, other than that's 1 goal.
We'll cover this issue in Del Soccer Tips a little later in the program. Yes, welcome back to SoccerAnchor, proudly brought to you by Dr. Ageless. Now, before we get back into discussion regarding tonight's Euro 2012 final between Italy and Spain, a reminder to everyone out there about the SoccerAnchor event, Will, that we are running on September 5.
It's going to be some event, Del.
It will be. It's shaping up to be a huge night of celebration as some of the biggest names in the game will join us for what will be a memorable evening on September 5. As I said, it's a Wednesday evening. Now, there will be the opportunity to meet and greet with the stars in attendance. We'll have some from the Heart, the Victory, and even some personalities from SBS and Fox Sports as well. So make sure you go to SoccerAnchor.com. All the details are there. A lot more information in regards to what's happening on the night. And you can also purchase your tickets there at a very, very cheap price. Now, still to come, we will bring you a very exciting SoccerAnchor exclusive concerning a Portuguese superstar who could very well be on his way to Juventus this summer. So stay tuned for that. But back to the big game tonight. Now, we've got a few texts that have just come through. One from Sam in Coburg North. He said, Will, if you are having trouble sleeping, go watch a Spain match.
Out of the 2 teams, do they think if one of them goes on to win this semi-final, will there be a lesson learned, and will that encourage a further change in the style of football?
Vito, that's a very good question you put by us. I think in terms of changing the style of football, if you play the football to get yourself to a semi-final, you surely need to stick with that and hope that it gets you all the way. Yes, Italy and England have both changed their style of football in the past 6 to 8 years. Italy particularly, they've been known for decades to have a very defensively minded style of game. That has changed under their new manager, Cesare Prandelli. They play a lot more attacking, a lot more free-flowing, and it's great to watch. And it's good to see some neutrals jump on board Italy for once, because they have been very negatively criticised in the past about the way they go about their play. But they've got this attacking quality which they have never really had, and I think that should be enough to give them every chance of progressing from here. As for England, Will? Well, we're off to Asia and the US for a fortnight just to take our work over there. So make sure you join us, though, in a fortnight's time. We will be back. And make sure you follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook as well if you haven't already. Thanks to Martin Tyler for his special guest appearance this evening. Very memorable in our careers here at SEN. And, of course, thanks to the two of you, Rick and Will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the very best of luck to all Italian and Spanish fans out there tonight. And thank you, as always, for listening here on SEN. I'm Adrian Del Monte, and this is Soccer Anchor.